Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we'll be going over several news items, including Elon Musk and an update with his Twitter battle. We have the city of Jackson, Mississippi, with 180,000 residents currently without potable water and are not able to fight fires and use the bathroom and flush toilets. And the National Guard is stepping in to assist the residents to provide bottled water. And we also have an update. One FBI agent involved with the Hunter Biden investigation has currently resigned, and another Secret Service member has currently stepped down as well. That was involved in the January 6th hearings. And former President Donald Trump has hired a new defense lawyer to help with his investigation into the Mar-a-Lago raid. My name is Brian Barsoon. I upload YouTube videos daily. Let's jump right into this. So I wanted to lead with the issue going on in Mississippi. So 180,000 residents are in the capital of Jackson, Mississippi, and are currently without water. So the issue has to do with one of the water treatment facilities that currently went down. It was operating under backup systems for the last month now, but those systems have failed over the weekend, and the governor came out and stated they don't have enough water to fight any fires that might happen, or even to have residents flush a toilet or to take showers. So now local stores in the area, such as Kroger and other areas, have popped up where the National Guard is stepping in to provide bottled water to the 180,000 residents. They have no timetable as to when the water facility will be back up. So that's why there's in some stories they're saying indefinitely. The CNN article here is urging residents to not drink the water, which the governor did as well, because it could be raw. It's very tragic what's going on there. So they had some recent flooding last week. The water has subsided a little bit. It's just under flood levels. But until this water treatment facility is back up and running, a lot of the residents won't be able to do some basic necessities that we all take for granted. So it's very bad what's going on there. But if there's any other updates, if they are able to get the facility back up and running, I'll let you guys know. Moving on here to the next story, Elon Musk is again trying to terminate the $44 billion merger agreement with Twitter after bombshell accusations by their former security chief, Peter Midge Zatko, according to SEC documents. So these documents came out that Musk is again filing to terminate the agreement based on these recent whistleblower accusations by the former chief security officer, where he alleges that Twitter was not being truthful when it comes to the amount of spam or bot accounts that are being reported on the site. And obviously, these numbers would affect the stock prices and the deal itself. Let's take a look here. So, comes after former security head at Twitter filed a whistleblower complaint alleging the organization misled the public and Musk about security practices. That was the spam and bot accounts I mentioned. And Musk has also claimed that the company misled him about the number of fake accounts on the platform, which he relied upon when he decided to buy it. And that's where it would violate the deal. Trial to determine whether the Tesla and SpaceX CEO is required to stand by his acquisition of the company is scheduled to start in October. It's on October 17th, I believe, in Delaware. Elon Musk has formally written to Twitter to end the $44 billion merger agreement. Documents from the SEC have revealed, citing certain facts he claims he was not aware of when he stated his intention to pull out on July 8th. And the Delaware judge did recently rule that Twitter has to hand over more information, including 9,000 accounts from a 2021 audit that they conducted internally. That information has been sent over to Musk, and he's probably currently reviewing it ahead of the trial. So between that and the whistleblower accusations, Musk is filing again to terminate the deal. And here's the report that was from The Hill. This was from yesterday, where he subpoenaed the Twitter whistleblower ahead of the trial, and that was Peter Zatko. So moving on here to another story, this big story here in regards to the Hunter Biden laptop scandal. So a top FBI agent at the Washington field office reportedly resigned from his post last week, facing intense scrutiny over allegations he helped shield Hunter Biden from criminal investigations into his laptop and business dealings. The gentleman in question, Timothy Thibault, a FBI assistant special agent in charge, was allegedly forced out after he was accused of political bias in his handling of probes involving President Biden's son, sources told the Washington Times on Monday. He was currently placed on administrative leave or was suspended for about the last month or so after it came out that Senator Chuck Grassley, when FBI Director Christopher Wray was testifying in Congress, he had alleged he had some whistleblowers come to him, complaining about the claims here. So let's take a look. Tibble, a 25-year veteran, had already been on leave for a month after the top Republican on the Senate Judiciary Committee, Chuck Grassley, started raising concerns about whistleblower claims that the FBI had obstructed its own investigations into the first son, Hunter Biden. And there's some pictures that we've all probably seen of Hunter Biden. In a letter to FBI Director Christopher Wray in July, Grassley said Tibble and the FBI Supervisory Intelligence Analyst Brian Auten were allegedly involved in a scheme to undermine derogatory information connected to Hunter Biden, but by falsely suggesting it was disinformation. So Tibble also allegedly tried to kill off a valid avenue of investigation of possible Hunter Biden criminality until at least 1 month before the November 2020 election, according to Grassley. So it seems like they were trying to suppress the story in lieu of the election in 2020. And I've also seen other reports that they were holding off until doing the investigation until after the election because they didn't want to be involved in election interference. So obviously you can have your own opinions on that. So it was the same month that the Post first started reporting on Hunter Biden's abandoned laptop, which included troves of emails related to his shady overseas business dealings. And this is in light of last week, which I reported on a previous video. Mark Zuckerberg was on Joe Rogan's podcast last week where he stated that the FBI contacted them and in so many words asked them to kind of suppress or to, in his words, downrank the news item. They didn't completely bar it from the platform Facebook, Meta, as it's called now. But it was downranked in the newsfeed, so people could still share it, but it wasn't widely spread. There's been recent polls that have come out. There was an item in the New York Post that stated 79% of people who were aware of the story would have changed their vote had they been aware of the Hunter Biden laptop scandal and all the content in it. So they were trying to claim that they were avoiding election interference, but it does seem like that in doing so, they did interfere in the possible election. And obviously, Donald Trump is not happy about this. He's been on his Truth Social platform, tweeting up a firestorm or truthing up a firestorm, as I should say, about his displeasure to all this. Is another story from CBS corroborating the same thing. But I do want to note in this story, they mention that he was escorted out of the building, and they claim that is something that's done normally. So I'll leave that up to you. If you've ever been left from a job or not, if it was on your own accord, would you be escorted out of the building if you were resigning or retiring? I find that kind of sus, but just wanted to mention this CBS report as well. So he had been working for the government, for the FBI for over 20 years, I believe 25 years. He was involved in the public corruption department, which I find ironic. Just moving on to this next story in the Daily Mail. Coming off of that previous one, the Secret Service agent Tony Ornato, who was involved in his testimony was involved in the January 6th committee hearings, where he had alleged that Trump reached over and tried to grab the steering wheel. This was the gentleman that testified and said to, what was her name? Cassidy Hutchins, I believe. Let me double check here. Cassidy Hutchinson, excuse me. So Ornato became a central figure in the House Select Committee on January 6th investigation into the Capitol riot earlier this year during the panel's hearings. Ex-White House aide Cassidy Hutchinson testified that Ornato described Donald Trump lashing out at agents when they refused to take him to the U.S. Capitol. So that was part of the whole hearings. Now this gentleman has resigned and stepped down as well. So let's take a look here. Top official within the U.S. Secret Service who allegedly accused Donald Trump of attacking his security detail on January 6th has now retired. So did he really retire, or did they kind of push him out? Obviously, they're going to say he retired or resigned, but you can kind of read between the lines maybe to see what's going on there. The U.S. Secret Service confirmed to DailyMail.com on Tuesday that Assistant Director Tony Ornato is out of the agency roughly 2 months after his name became a lightning rod during the House of Reps January 6th Select Committee hearings. So technically, he's still within the age range and time frame to retire. So it's a little unconfirmed as to whether or not what happened there. But just wanted to mention that as well, between the FBI agent resigning or being pushed out, and now this story with the Secret Service also being pushed out as well, or retired, resigned. Seems like the dominoes are starting to fall, so to speak, in certain circles in Washington. So between that and with Fauci retiring as well. And finally, speaking on former President Trump, when it comes to his Mar-a-Lago investigation, a lot of lawyers aren't coming to defense of President Trump, so he's having a little bit of a tough time hiring some defense lawyers, but it looks like he has gained a new one here. Trump hires new defense lawyer for criminal investigation. Former Florida solicitor General Chris Kise, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, Kise, has joined Trump's legal team. And he worked formerly under now current Governor Ron DeSantis, and now will be at the hearing on Thursday to determine if they're going to appoint a special master in the whole Trump Mar-a-Lago raid investigation. So there'll be more information to come on that when that happens on Thursday. I'll be sure to do a video breaking all that down, if they're going to appoint a special master or not. I think they should, in my opinion. It's unprecedented what happened here, whether you agree or disagree with the whole Trump Mar-a-Lago raid, if they should have done that or not. It is unprecedented. This has never been done to for a president in our country's history. So that's why the judge, Bruce Reinhart, will probably rule that a special master has to be appointed to oversee the investigation. Thanks for watching this video. Like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Comment down below on any of your opinions on the news stories I covered today. I will be uploading more YouTube shorts in the future, so you can get more condensed versions of the news, as I know some of these videos are running a little bit longer. If you can't sit down for the whole 10 minutes of it, I understand. I'm going to be trying to chop these down into more YouTube short-friendly videos, so you can get your news a little bit more quickly if you're in a rush. So you can find me on all my socials here on Twitter at Brian_Barsoon, Rumble at BB_news, Instagram at Brian Barsoon, and on True Social at BrianBars89. Thank you for watching, and take care.